Happy New Year. It's me, Dr. Stephen Farmer. Some of you probably know me, and a few of you might just be meeting me for the first time. And again, Happy New Year, New Year's Eve, the end of 2020. What a year it's been. I feel like a news broadcaster. Anyway, usually my online videos are short. This is going to be a little bit longer because I want to make sure you guys have something to do when you enter into the new year. So, um, let's start with that. Letting go with gratitude. There's a lot to let go of. You know, the process of letting go, we can kind of say flippantly, or we can actually really allow it to really process us completely. And one of the aspects of that is grieving. You know, there's been a lot of loss, certainly loss of human lives and lives of others through the devastating fires that we had over the summer here in the northern hemisphere, and a lot of loss of certain freedoms, the restrictions, etc. People are fighting about that, and you know, there's been a lot of conflict and divisiveness, and all of that. So yeah, it's nice to just let that go and enter into a different phase. However, I'm going to qualify that and say, really, what's happening, even though it's marked on the calendar and decided with numbers with the Gregorian calendar, etc. It really is just a marker, a solstice marker, another one, including Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, etc., all seem to, not seem, but all land right about this period of time because it's a marker for the winter solstice, which is an indication the light is going to become longer. And the southern hemisphere, of course, they're going into the darker days. You know, the darkness is going to increase and the light will decrease. A familiar theme for us, though, is gratitude. Gratitude is maybe a little overworked sometimes, but I think it's a really important characteristic to focus on during these coming months in the year 2021. It seems so nice to be able to say 2021 instead of 2020. So I think that it would be best if I just go ahead and give you some ideas about how to create ceremonies that will help move and help you let go of all the stuff that you just don't want to have in your life anymore. Anger, you know, the righteous anger, I would say, you know, that might be an example if you don't want that in your life anymore. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read it because this was actually a download. I should every morning where I tune in and say, okay, what are we going to do for this Facebook Live? What I want you to do is this. I want you to make a list of 7 things you are willing to let go of. And I'll comment as to why 7 in just a couple of minutes here. Things that you want to let go of. Let's say you want to let go of your jealousy. You want to let go of your rage. You want to let go of some physical things in your life, things that just you don't use anymore, that have been sitting in the closet. It was such a good feeling. I just cleaned out my closet, you know, and recycling the clothing, and it was just a sigh of relief. Um, Make a list of 7 things you are willing to let go of and contemplate it. Do it today and then contemplate it throughout the day. Change it here and there if necessary. Something inspires you to put something else down or change one of those things. And certainly bring in your spirit guides for help with that. Any of the guides that you happen to work with, your higher self, etc., that will indicate to you what to write down. Keep it specific and simple. That's a guideline for that. This evening or the next day, if you're in a different time zone, I want you to go through a release ceremony by burning it and burying it. And the way you do this is ideally is go out to a forest or a park or your backyard where there's a tree. Ask tree and tree spirit, you know, if they would be willing to help you with this. And then what you do is you read that list out loud, and you've incorporated or you've invited a tree to participate in this. Read that list out loud, and then dig a little grave, enough to accommodate that piece of paper, and light that piece of paper once you've stated it. And then as it burns, just watch it go up in smoke to the big guy, the grandfather spirit in the sky, and then bury it and let it go. And if you want, you could even put a little rock or stone or some kind of symbol on top of that that recognizes that this is stuff that you're letting go of. If you want to keep a copy of the list, that's fine, but I don't advise it. I just say, let Spirit do the work. This year, 2021, is more important and more critical than ever that you incorporate daily spiritual practices to help you keep aligned with Spirit and also be able to be open to guidance. This year is going to be a lot about intuition, signs, that kind of guidance. So just be alert to that. Things that come in twos or threes, for instance, really good. I'm working on a project, and the word flow kept coming to me about the flow, and I'll tell you about that later. Um, and I was walking with a friend, a neighborhood friend, and he started talking about the flow. And I've been working with that today. It's like that's a synchronicity to me. It's like, okay, confirmation. So be aware of those kind of things happening more and more this coming year. Be sure to. All right, now to continue with the ceremony, tomorrow morning and each morning for the next 7 days, there's that seven again. The next 7 days, recount or write a list of 7 specific elements of your life for which you are grateful. So you've done a release ceremony, and then the next day, you initiate a process that goes on for 7 days of writing out what you're grateful for. I would suggest writing it out handwriting, rather than computer, but that's really up to you. Um, and then let's see what I said. A list of 7 specific. Yeah. Then what you can do is to write out at some time after the release ceremony. Write out also in sevens. What are your goals or intentions for this year? What do you want to see happen? What do you want to create? What do you want to co-create, etc. Write that out. That's only a one-time thing, not 7 days, but 7 goals that you want. And I don't completely understand this, but I trust Spirit. When I was doing this download, listening, the number 7 kept coming up. So that's how that's incorporated in these ceremonies, these sacred ceremonies. And so I looked it up. I thought, well, numerology. Let's see what numerology has to say about 7. And here you go. I'm just going to read this straightforward here. The number 7 is both deep and wise. It is not satisfied with simple explanations and surface level information. This is frivolous stuff. It knows that the real gold is buried deeper and won't stop until it finds it. And then it'll keep digging for more. Asking questions, researching, listening, and sensing are all special skills. That's an interesting slip. Special skills the 7 uses in its search for awareness. The number 7 has a more powerful intuition than you might expect, which it uses as a guide. This combination of conscious and subconscious thinking, excuse me, allows the mind of the numerology number 7 to shine a light into the very deepest realms to access hidden truths. Thus the number 7. It just makes so much sense, so that's why we've incorporated that into the ceremonies. All right, let's see, what else is there? I'm going to quickly, again, this is a little bit longer than usual. I usually do videos or Facebook Live or anything like that. But I am going to draw a couple of cards real quick. One from the Earth Magic Oracle card deck, which, there it is, that's the box. And one from the Power Animal Oracle cards. Ooh, okay, one's popping up already out of Earth Magic. We're going to set that aside, face down, and ask the spirit animals from the Power Animal card deck. Piece of advice for this coming year. So let's see what they have to say. Stone people, vigilance. Let me show that one to you. Stone people, vigilance. And that just pretty much says it all. Vigilance, be on alert, but it's not on alert out of danger or fear, because there's so much fear running through the populace. And any of you empaths are sensitive, which probably most of you are. You're going to feel ripples of that from time to time in the collective consciousness. When enough people are feeling a certain emotion, particularly fear or anything else, it ripples through the collective. And, those of us who are sensitives or empaths, are going to pick that up. So be aware that a lot of times the fear or the anxiety is really not yours. So that's the vigilance. Pay attention to, and again, to reiterate what I said earlier, pay attention to signs, symbols, synchronicities. Signs, symbols, and synchronicities. And let's see which one this one is. Kangaroo gratitude. Be grateful for all you are blessed with. How perfect is that? Speaking of synchronicities, be grateful for, what to say, be grateful for all you are blessed with. Be grateful for all you are blessed with. Did I say it? Be grateful for all you are blessed with. I don't even need to go into that. Now, last piece I want to give you is a mantra or affirmation, if you will. And again, I would encourage you to repeat it 7 times, a couple times a day over the next few days, over the next 7 days, ideally. Here it is. Ready? Write this down. I am here. I am in the flow of life. I am in the flow. I am the flow. I am life. Be good people. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Express your compassion through listening to others, their stories, etc. There's been a lot of suffering this past year, a lot of suffering. And it doesn't mean it's going to end in 2021. And what I think we can best do is be good listeners. Listen to the natural world, listen to the signs that come through the spirit animals, the signs that come through the spirits of nature, tree spirit, the cloud people, etc. Listen, listen, listen with all of you, not just your ears. I use that, not just your ears or the inner voice. It's really listening with your sensations, listening with the images that come to you, and especially looking for repetition of any sort. That's synchronicity, as you just saw what happened here with the power animal cards. And I swear I did not do a setup with either of those cards. So vigilance, pay attention, and gratitude. All right, take good care of yourselves. And again, Happy New Year.